Chapter 4, The Breaking Point, Revisited and Intensified. The scene opens in the same cramped living room, but the atmosphere is even heavier, thick with years of unspoken resentment and the palpable tension of Diamond's impending departure. The single bare bulb casts harsh shadows, highlighting the peeling paint and the general state of decay. Diamond, now 17, stands near the doorway, her small worn backpack a tangible symbol of her desperate yearning for escape. Shawanda sits hunched on the stained couch, her eyes hollow and filled with a bitter sadness, clutching a chipped mug as if it's a lifeline. Ray paces restlessly, his movements jerky and unpredictable, his eyes darting around the room with a simmering anger. His voice tight with a mixture of disbelief and accusation, the words laced with the familiar sting of alcohol. "So this is it, huh? After all we done for you? You just gonna up and leave in the dead of night? Like we don't even matter? Like this ain't even your home?" He stops pacing and glares at Diamond, his fists clenching and unclenching. Diamond can smell the stale beer on his breath, a scent that has been a constant backdrop to her life. Her voice is low but steady, the years of suppressed anger finally finding a fragile outlet. "What have you done for me, Ray? You gave me a roof over my head sometimes. You gave me food when there was enough. But you also gave me the fear, the yelling, the constant feeling that I wasn't good enough, that I was just a burden." Her gaze flickers to Shawanda, who avoids eye contact, staring blankly into the chipped mug. Diamond sees the lines of worry etched around her mother's eyes, the premature aging caused by years of hardship and addiction. A flicker of something akin to pity, quickly overshadowed by years of hurt, passes through her. Her voice a raspy whisper, laced with a venomous sadness that cuts deeper than anger. "We're your family, Diamond, your own flesh and blood. We did the best we could with what we had. You think it was easy for us?" Diamond remembers the times she saw Shawanda crying in the dark, the fleeting moments when her mother seemed lost and broken. But those moments were always followed by the harsh words, the misplaced anger, the enabling of Ray's destructive behavior. "Diamond." A bitter laugh escapes her lips, a sound that holds no humor. "The best you could? You call screaming at me for getting good grades the best you could? You call taking my hard-earned money the best you could? You call turning a blind eye to everything the best you could?" Flashback, a quick, jarring image. Diamond, around 12, proudly showing Shawanda a report card with straight A's. Shawanda's face twists with resentment. "Don't try to be better than me," she hisses, slapping the report card out of Diamond's hand. His face contorted with a rage that seems to bubble up from some deep, dark place within him. "You think you're so damn smart now, huh? Got your head filled with all that fancy school nonsense? You think you're better than us?" He takes a menacing step towards her, and Diamond instinctively flinches, the ingrained fear a reflex she can't shake. She remembers the countless times he loomed over her, his breath hot and smelling of alcohol, his words like venomous darts. Her voice trembling slightly but holding a core of newfound defiance. "No. I just want a chance to be different. I want a chance to not end up like this. Like you." Flashback, a sickeningly vivid image. Ray grabbing Diamond's hair, his knuckles white, dragging her back into the apartment after she had tried to run away a year prior. "You belong here," he had snarled, his grip like iron. Her voice rising, her sadness morphing into a desperate plea. "We're your blood, Diamond. You owe us something. We sacrificed for you. We went without so you could have what little we could give." Diamond remembers the time she went to bed hungry, the hand-me-down clothes that were always too big or too small, the constant sense of scarcity. But she also remembers the times her parents spent their last dollars on drugs and alcohol, their priorities always skewed. Diamond, her voice breaking, tears welling in her eyes but her resolve hardening. "Sacrificed? You pawned Mama May's locket, the only thing I had left of her, for a fix. You screamed at me until my throat was raw for crying when you hit me. You made me feel like I was worthless, like I didn't deserve anything good." Flashback, a brutal, visceral image. Shawanda, her eyes glazed over, hitting a crack pipe, the white smoke curling around her face like a shroud. Diamond, younger and smaller, watches with a mixture of fear and a dawning understanding of the addiction that has consumed her mother. The acrid smell fills Diamond's memory, a smell that represents the destruction of her family. his voice a low, guttural threat. "You ain't going nowhere, you hear me? You think the streets are some kind of playground? You'll be back here, crawling on your hands and knees, begging for forgiveness in a week." Her eyes blazing with a fierce, desperate defiance. "No, I won't. I'd rather die out there than spend another minute suffocating in this tomb. You never loved me. You just wanted someone to control, someone to blame for your own miserable lives." Her voice cracking, a sob escaping her lips. "That's not true. We loved you, in our own way." Diamond looks at her mother, sees the flicker of something genuine in her tear-filled eyes, a fleeting glimpse of the woman she might have been, but the years of neglect and abuse have built an impenetrable wall between them. Her voice thick with unshed tears but firm with finality. "No, Ma, you didn't. Your own way almost destroyed me. You chose this life, and I'm choosing mine. Away from you, away from this." She reaches for the doorknob, her hand trembling slightly but her grip firm. Ray lunges, his hand a claw as it closes around her arm, his grip like a vice. "You ungrateful little bitch! You ain't walking out that door!" Diamond yanks her arm free with a strength born of desperation and years of pent-up rage. For the first time she doesn't flinch, doesn't cower. She turns to face him, her eyes locking with his, her gaze unwavering and filled with a cold, hard resolve that surprises even herself. Her voice low and dangerous, a quiet fury simmering beneath the surface. "Let go of me." Ray hesitates, a flicker of surprise and something akin to fear in his bloodshot eyes at her newfound defiance. He sees a change in her, a spark of rebellion that he can't quite extinguish. "Diamond." Her voice even colder now, each word a deliberate act of severing the ties that bind her. "If you ever touch me again, I swear to God." She doesn't finish the threat, but the implication hangs heavy in the air, a silent promise of a future where she will no longer be a victim. She opens the door and steps out into the humid Houston night, the cacophony of the city, the distant roar of traffic on I-45, the rhythmic pulse of music from a nearby club, the chirping of crickets in the overgrown grass, a stark contrast to the suffocating silence she leaves behind. This time, as she walks away, there is a grim determination in her stride, a silent vow that she will never look back.